So now pollen grain. So pollen grain is basically like I draw this structure. So this one is what intine is not that big. Okay, it's really thin, like only this much. Like it's thin. It's a thin continuous layer as I draw to show you. Okay, so intine, and it consists of the exine, intine, and vegetative cell and generative cell. So exine is made up of what? Exine is made up of sporopollenin. So exine is the outer layer of the pollen grain and it's made up of what? Sporopollenin. Sporopollenin, it is a highly resistant to high temperature, and it is highly resistant to the high alkaline, and no enzyme can destroy this, and it's the most powerful. Okay, no chemical can destroy. And then vegetative cell, as it give rise to a pollen tube, as when it land, like the pollen grain land on the stigma like this, and then like if the stigma get accepted, like okay you can like this, so then only the pollen tube is formed like this, as pollen tube is formed. Okay, so vegetative cell form a pollen tube from where the generative cell, which is further forms like two male gamete, as they pass through it, and then it gets reached in this region. Okay, so I will explain like what is this and everything. So basically, like in this, at the point and tips, like they don't consist of a exile layer. So that point is basically known as what? It's known as germ pore. Okay, the region where exile is not present, it is known as germ pore. Okay, so the pollen grain is basically like 25 to 50 micrometers, as pollen grains are rich in nutrients. And also like I explained, intine, like intine is what? Innermost layer, like this is a pollen grain, and here like the outer layer is our what? Exine, and then the inner layer is what? Intine, and then this is vegetative cell, this is generative cell. Vegetative cell gives rise to pollen grain, pollen tube, and then generative cells gives rise to the two male gametes, as intine is made up of what? Cellulose and pectin, as they are thin and continuous layer. And then another layer as seen exine, I already told you about it. So pollen grain are rich in nutrients, as they can also be used as a tablets, and also like athlete may most use it, and also they cause allergy in some people, like bronchitis and asthma. So basically like they are stored in seed bank, as in seed banks, like for the fertilization purposes. So they are stored in nitrogen gas in minus 196 degree Celsius. Okay, so the viability, like when the pollen grains get released, I already told you now, like the dehiscence of the pollen grain takes place. So when they get dehiscence, like when they get separate out, though what they form, they basically like differentiate, like I already told you, like the pollen